Yeah, we are back. We are in.
Live for it.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay.
All
So
right.
Okay. Yeah. Modukwetu is here now. Yeah. Mr.
So, hello
Nelson.
everyone. Good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching. It's a wonderful time to be here, and we are very excited. We are sorry first. I'm going to start with that. Apologies for starting quite behind schedule. We just had to straighten up some things and be sure that we have all of our speakers here so that you can get quality information, of course, help your application. So you're welcome. This is Study Academy, Mentor Academy, and I will allow everybody to introduce themselves one after the other. I'll go first. I am Nelson Daramola, that's my name, and I'm a student here in Obo Academy, Finland. And with me, I have Mr. Lawa. Would you like to introduce yourself first?
Yeah. I think ladies first. Do we have any lady in our midst?
I can see. Initially, I was looking at Janet, but she disappeared. So let's start with you.
Okay. So my name is Hamed Olalekan Lawal, and I'm currently studying educational sciences at the University of Turku in Finland. And I'm a teacher. I'm an online English teacher, and also I'm a study mentor person. I like helping others to study in Finland. That's one thing about me, and I'm very happy that we are all here to share our own experience about studying abroad, our experience right in Finland and outside of wherever we are. Thank you so much for coming to this live session.
Okay, thank you so much. I will still come back to you. There's a lot of things to say about Study Academy Mentor and
Thank you.
talk about you personally, how you have been of help to so many people over the years. It's something to discuss, but that's not the bone of contention for now. I would like to know if the audio is clear from wherever you're watching. Can you just drop in the comment section if the audio is clear? Just a quick audio check here. Let's be sure you can hear us. Let's get some feeds on the comment section. And I would also want to know where you are streaming from. We just want to get to know you too, so it doesn't look like a one way thing. Let it be a two-way direction. We want to hear from you, and let us also hear from you. Thank you. The audio is clear. Someone said, yeah, the audio is clear. Where are you streaming from? Let's know where you're streaming from. People from Nigeria, from Ghana, Tanzania, Rwanda, or you're streaming from any Asian countries. We'd like to know where you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Bravo Data. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Ige. Thank you, Ruth from Ghana. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Moji, you want to go next? Introduction.
Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is
Okay.
Eugenia Mba. I'm a Nigerian. I'm currently studying my master's program in chemistry at University of Obo Academy, Turku, Finland, and I'm majoring in analytical chemistry.
Okay.
Yes, that is me.
Thank you so much. You have a beautiful smile, I must say that. Yes, Ayodele, are you there? Mr. Ayodele, would you like to go next? Okay. Can you hear me, Mr. Ayodele? Are you there? Would you
Your mic is
like to?
muted. Yeah.
Okay. While we're waiting for him, Nelson, you can go ahead. I say, Gbele, my name's Sake. We have two Nelsons here, so in case you have question for any Nelson, you may want
Nelson.
to you might want to say
Nelson.
Nelson with tie and Nelson with cap. So let's just distinguish. All right. So Nelson, you want to go
Okay.
next? Okay, Adele, you are back now. Thank you. It's good to have you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Ayodele Salaudin. I'm from Nigeria. I studied my bachelor's in the University of Tailoring, and I graduated in 2022. I'm currently studying in University of Islands and Highlands in Scotland, in the UK. So I'm studying aquaculture, environment, and society stars. It's an
Good.
Erasmus program. It's called
Good.
A Stars program. So
Thank you so much. I will also want to learn
thank you for
something
inviting
from.
me.
Yeah, it's always a wonderful time to have you here, and thank you for making our time for us out of a very busy schedule. Yes, Mr. Nelson Egbele, you do want to go next?
Yeah, my name is Nelson. Nelson with the headset.
Okay.
Yeah, I studied nutrition education home economics from University of Benin in Nigeria. But now I'm in Finland. I'm studying pedagogy and teaching for sustainability at the University of Eastern Finland.
Thank you so much. Anything sustainability, anything green economy, green world, it's a place you want to farm your throw your scholarship application to right now. I can tell you, I think Mr. Nelson will be there to shed more light for those who have interest, research interest in that field. So let's take one more person. Mr. Majid, please introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Mujibo Ewole. I studied physics electronics from the Federal University of Technology, Accra, Nigeria. I'm presently studying Masters in Photonics at the University of Eastern Finland. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much. We appreciate everyone who has make out time to be here this evening to share their experience with those who are applying. And sincerely, it's a lot of encouragement for me personally to be doing this. I feel really honored to be here to help others because I know how difficult it is to get information when it comes to issues like these. There are a lot of information flying out on the internet, and it's always very good for you to hear directly from people who have been through that journey before, especially if it's still very recent, so I can be sure you have a reliable reliable information to really bank on. Looking at why I was doing my own application, I would think there were times when I just needed someone to talk to about it, and I didn't have any friend in Finland. I didn't know anybody who was currently studying in Finland until I met Mr. Lawal, and the journey changed all through that years. He was really a good help to me. So when he reached out to me that we should have a kind of session for people who are applying this year, excitedly I accepted because I know what it means to have someone to guide you. I know what it means to have a mentor in this journey. So if you have any question, I can see a lot of questions coming in yet already. I wouldn't know. I'm trying to see how we are going to, just be sure we can attend to questions and make this as direct as possible. So, Mr. Lawa, I don't know if you have something to say first about study mentor so that people can hear from you what is the motivation behind study mentor and what has been the success rate over the years. I have a testimony, and I think I know Mr. Nelson too. Was part of the mentor group last year, and we did that. It was successful. I can count on my own. I think I count up to 10 people who were in that group last year and now in Finland. And I am sure that it's a good platform that has been able to over the years. So, what's the motivation? What's the motivation, and why do you think you are doing this for people?
Yeah, I think thank you so much, Mr. Nelson, for moderating this session. We had a problem at the beginning of the session due to network connections, so we are so sorry. It's not always like this, but we can't just trust network sometimes. Yeah, I'm a study mentor. I just like helping people. That's just the philosophy behind study mentorship, and it's all about commitment. It's all about doing it yourself. It's all about showing people exactly how to do it, not telling them, okay, don't worry, we are working it behind the door. You're going to see how it works. You're going to be taken through the process, and you can even establish yourself as even a study mentor at the end of the mentorship. So it's not it's not a hidden journey. It's something that is open. So that is the philosophy. Most of the people on this, what's it called, that are talking to us today, the scholars that are talking to us today, they were part of the mentorship, and we share valuable information as regards studying abroad, and at the same time, visa processing, ideas. We share ideas together. We think together. So that's exactly what study mentorship is all about. It's a mentorship process, which it's very rigorous, but at the end of it, it's very, very fruitful. We also have IELTS coaching if you are planning to study outside of Nigeria or wherever you are. and it's required that you take IELTS. So I'm an IELTS tutor. Mr. Nelson is also an IELTS tutor. So you can reach out to Nelson Daramola on LinkedIn, or you reach out to me if you need IELTS academic or IELTS general support. So the success rate is very, very high, and we are very proud of ourselves that we can help others to go through this journey. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. Even though, thank you for the PR. I'm not sure I can pay for that. So thank you so much, and thank you everyone. So we just go straight to the point because we really need to tackle issues and answer people's question. It's application period, and a lot of people are trying to throw application out, and you know what it means to have a lot, quite a large number of people trooping towards Finland now. The acceptance rate for Finland is quite high, and a lot of people have been coming in from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Botswana, Rwanda. I think these are some of the classmates I can mention, and it's good you have someone to guide you through the application process. So just go over it. Mr. Nelson Igbele, can you help us? Can you just shed some light on what are these available scholarships for these particular opening that are available now in Finland? The scholarship landscape available at the moment.
Okay, as far as I know, in my school last year, we had the opportunity of having scholarship and 100% scholarship and 5,000 euros relocation grant. But for my school this year, that's no longer available. You cannot get the scholarship that comes with 5,000 relocation grant. That's University of Eastern Finland. But you can still get, but you can still get one that is 100% tuition waiver. That means you are not going to pay tuition throughout your stay in the school, but you are not going to get the 5,000 that comes with it. Then other also have, they also have a 50% tuition waiver in my school as well. But I don't know if this is across all schools in Finland. So this information I just gave is particular about my school, University of Eastern Finland.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I'm Janet. Is this the same thing in your school too? Which school are you? And what's the scholarship landscape, the scholarship available in your school for people trying to throw applications?
Okay. The name of my school is Abo Academy University Turku. Yes. There was 100% scholarship and the relocation grants, but this year it's not feasible. The opportunities you have there is a 10% tuition waiver. There is a 50% tuition waiver. I am not sure about the 100% tuition waiver. I have not come across it this year. Then there is studies that are free of charge. For example, studies that are taught in Swedish language. But if you're from Africa, like Nigeria, and you were taught in your bachelor in English, they can admit you. You get, because they translate these courses, teach them in English, though they are in Swedish, but it is free of charge.
All right.
Sorry, can I?
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Majid. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a scholarship available in my school for those who are good in Finnish. Like if you can pass the A1 level Finnish, you can come to here. You can come here and get admitted for without paying school fee 100%. But you have to pass that A1 Finnish first. Yeah.
Okay, so that means the person must have been learning Finnish right from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Majid. All right. Thank you. Yes.
Mr. Muji.
Yeah, I'm also studying at University of Eastern Finland. So I think Mr. Nelson has said about that.
All right. Mr. Adele is in Scotland, so we are still going to come back to you for the Erasmus program because there are so many interesting things to learn about that as well. So we are just talking about the scholarship landscape, but then I would want us to make a presentation and take a question so that we just do it interchangeably that way, so that we don't just keep the audience dropping questions.
We have some questions here.
Yeah. So the first question says, Does study gap of over 5 years affect one from furthering studies in Finland with HND? I think that question is in two ways. Number one, can someone who have HND apply to Finland Masters? Yes, who wants to answer that? Yes, please go ahead, HND. Go ahead, Mr. Nelson.
Me?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
yeah. Unfortunately, Finland does not recognize HND for masters. We advise that you apply for BSc or vocational schools. They only recognize BSc here for masters.
Okay. So the BSc, the studies, do they come with scholarship?
The study gap, yeah, BSc also have this 50%, 100% tuition waiver or scholarship based on your performance in the entrance exam and your interview. That's what they use to score you. But the study gap does not really matter. Finland does not really consider your sports. So 5 years, 6 years. I graduated 2016, so I came here 2024. You can see the gap. So the gap, they don't really consider the gap.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, can I say something?
Yes,
and
please
also
go ahead.
maybe during the study gap, there should be something you must be doing that relates to the program you are applying for. So even though if they did not explicitly explain it on their website that if you have a study gap, you should be able to tell us what you've been doing. But if you can let them know that during these years, maybe you've been working in related field, then it could also be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. With what you just said now, you have just addressed something related to writing your statement, your motivational essay, your personal statement, and even doing your CV, because these are the kind of gap that people don't feel when they are doing all of this documentation. You must account for every year, in your CV that you have actually itemized in your CV. What exactly have you been doing, and how have these years been significant in your formative development? How have they helped you in your career generally? So these are the things you include in your personal statement. We'll still say more on that. So we have the second question from Kike Lomo Ifelua. I think that's from Nigeria. Please, I would appreciate if you just put your country. I have a degree in psychology, but now I want to further my MSc in clinical psychology abroad on full scholarship. And I don't know what step to take as I came out with second class. Okay. Second class upper, second class lower. Yeah. Yes. Mr. Adele, can you help us with this question? Do you have an idea of this? The person is just saying abroad generally. So it's quite broad. So is it possible? Psychological and clinical psychology. Well, if you ask me, I believe that you can still try clinical psychology, but at MSc level is what I don't think that will be possible at MSc level. What I know is that people still do things related to medicine, nursing, nursing and surgery, or practical nursing here in Finland, even though you don't seem to have done something like that in your background in BSc level, not master's level, not master's level. You might want to start from BSc and not master's level. However, you might want to check other countries and their available scholarships so that you know what you want to do. Yes, any addition to that? Okay, let's move on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, go ahead. Alice, go ahead.
All right, thank you. For Ifulua, her question, if master studies mostly requires you to have for you to be in line with what you do in degrees.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's clinical psychology, which means she's taking a step further. It is possible to get it with a degree in psychology because that is the stepping stone. Now, one of the steps she needs to take is to identify which country she wants to go to. When she identifies which, now searches for what are the requirements or which scholarships are available first. Then after checking the scholarship, because most of these fully funded scholarships are highly competitive. Now, after checking for the scholarship that are obtainable, she now goes for their requirements. If she meets their requirements, she should start applying. That is my advice, because most scholarships, they put out their their requirements. Some you can even get them with second class lower. For example, the Swedish Institute scholarship that is held once in a year. Even if you have second class lower, you can still get it as long as you meet their various requirements. So that is my advice for her.
Okay. Thank you so much. Very insightful. Okay, let's talk about personal experiences and just share insights. I'm still going to start with you, Ms. Janet. How was your experience? And during your application process, how were you able to identify your course of study, and how were you able to get that scholarship you are applying for? Yeah.
Okay.
Let's say personal experience. Yes.
For me, my personal experience is my school, the admission process was straightforward. You get what I'm saying? Because they made it evident in their website that you must apply for what you already did for in your bachelor's. So if what you are applying for is not in line with your bachelor's, you are not getting the admission. It was there. So I did science lab tech in chemistry in Nigeria, and I applied for chemistry. Yeah, so that I was able to get it.
Okay.
I did not apply separately for the admission. I applied together. It was, should I say, based on your performance in your degrees. That is the basis which they give the
Okay.
admission. Yes, that was how I got the scholarship.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yes. Mr. Majib, your experience, your personal experience while trying to apply, how did you figure out your program, and how did you get the scholarship? How was the experience generally?
Yeah, I'll start from when I was in the Polytechnic. I studied electrical and electronics engineering. So afterwards, I was admitted at the Federal University of Technology, Akure, where I studied physics electronics. And after my graduation, I kind of have this affinity for engineering. So I started gathering experience, working experience as an electrical engineer. So afterwards, I applied. You know, UEF doesn't have electrical engineering as a master's course. So I looked for something, accurately related to it. And that brings me up to photonics. So I think based on that, they kind of considered some of the courses, like the courses here, they offered at my bachelor's. And I think this gave me an edge because there's some kind of relationship between electrical engineering and physics electronics. So I think this really gave me an edge when we were considering who to admit or not. So I applied and I got admitted.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's take this question before we go to others. I applied on study, I think that should be studyinfo.fi, and sent a couple of applications in different fields now. Now, it denies me of the opportunity to apply for joint and other programs. I don't know. Do you understand this question, Mr. Lawal? I think the person is saying that he has created an account, right, and turned in the application already. So the idea of applying for joint admission again, joint application on other programs again is what I don't understand. Because the study info website is supposed to take you through joint programs directly. So that means you have already submitted. That's what it means. Or is there any other thing that could be wrong? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the person has already submitted joint applications. So, but there are differences between joint application and separate application. So, if the person already submitted joint application, then they would not be able to submit another application. But for the separate application, you can apply for joint and at the same time apply for separate applications. But I would recommend if you have any issues, maybe if it is a technical issue, you can send an email to study info. If you think this is an error, then you send them an email that you could not apply to the joint application. So maybe they could check for you before the admission, before the window closes. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, Nancy, you want to say something?
Yeah, the thing is, some people they make this mistake of having two applications. You can't have two applications. Like after submitting this one, you can't create another one. So if you are doing any application, it means that singular application, you have to choose all the schools, all the programs you are supposed to choose. You have to choose them in that application, that separate application.
Okay, now I understand.
Yes,
Okay,
you have to do
that's
in just that one application. After you submit, you cannot create another application.
another
Everything has
application.
to be in one. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Now I understand that question. Mr. Nelson, you should understand it well now.
Yeah. So
Maybe
what
it's
the is saying is that okay, you only submitted one
it's
because
a bit
the
one.
You can only create one.
But you can add
yes
programs. You can add more
You can
programs.
add many schools.
wait,
You can add many program, many school in that
I
one
think maximum
application.
is 6.
Yeah, yeah,
Maximum of 6 schools, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
yes.
with one application, you can apply to 6 different universities, 6 different programs. So even if it doesn't mean that you can have 2 universities in your application. Okay, you can have 2 programs in one university. Okay, so if maybe you are scrolling through a school, I think I just take this time to just explain the whole thing very briefly and very quickly. One, the study info platform is the joint application platform. That's it. Okay. And when you create an account, it's like you are trying to create an account where you have first choice, second choice, third choice, fourth choice, fifth choice, and sixth choice. But it doesn't mean that they are arranged based on your preference, based on the number of programs that you have checked, and you think you either have an experience, a work experience, or study experience related to it. You have checked thoroughly, you have checked the university, you have checked the faculty, and perhaps you have also taken some time, because I advise people to always try to take your time, even if you have somebody guiding you, be interested in the kind of application, the kind of programs they are selecting for you. Let it be that the program is in line with something you have done before. There should be a course or 2 courses or 3 courses in your transcript that reflect something related to that course you're applying to. So you do that, then you can choose up to 6 different programs. Can they choose PhD and masters on the same application?
Yes, yes. Across, you
It's
can
possible,
choose
right?
vocational school, you can choose BSc, you can choose PhD, but it
Aha,
should be 6 maximum.
Yeah.
good. Just vary it. I think it's just like I don't know. Apology to those from other countries, just like UTME, JAM, right? That you can choose one polytechnic, one university, and one college of education. So that's what you are doing right here. You can pick as many as possible. You can decide to pick all universities. You can decide to pick all masters. You can decide to pick all PhDs if you see programs that you're interested in and they have scholarship. Yes, Mr. Adele, you wanted to say something. Okay, I thought you raised your hand up. Let's take another question. How
Yeah,
can we respond?
yeah.
Okay, okay. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to actually, I wanted to actually pitch in what Mr. Nelson just said it all. So let's just move to the next item so that we can just save time and talk about the other relevant stuff.
Okay, thank you. So I'll just take you directly since you are already here. You are doing the Erasmus course. How do you think your previous academic and professional achievement helped you in securing the scholarship? How were you able to merge that together to secure the scholarship?
Okay, is that question for me or for
Yes,
another
yes, sir.
scholar
Yeah,
in
it's
the house?
you,
Okay,
Mr.
so thank you so much for having me. It is just a privilege. I'm sorry, I'm freezing here. It's really cold today, so I'm not really that
Wow.
active. But you see that I'm even putting on this sweater inside the house with heater on. It is not easy. So
What's the degree like?
yeah,
What's it
but
now?
it's currently at -8, and it's always
Wow.
cold here. Actually,
That's
it is
not
actually the
good.
outskirts of Scotland. The arts in the
We
United
Yeah,
have
school
States
as
minus
is
16
Finland.
right now.
really, really.
Minus 16
We
you
have
went to.
we have minus 16 here. So minus it is still okay.
-2 in Germany.
-16,
-3.
-16.
One.
You
All
know
right, please
that
let's carry
some
on.
of us,
Okay, go ahead.
all right. Okay.
Time.
So as a matter of fact, first and foremost, I just believe that the most important thing is just to have that mindset that you want to do something and you have to give it everything that you have to get that thing. So, and as a matter of fact, the program I studied when I was in the university back in Nigeria for my bachelor's, it was kind of related to what I'm doing now. But there are some courses that you just have to just check their requirements. So it does not really mean that you need to, you have the exact. But take for instance, I studied agriculture in Nigeria, but the course I'm doing now is related to marine science. And how did I even get in? Because I have some background knowledge
In aquaculture.
in the school. And also I did some internship in Nigeria. Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of it's related to it, and so I was just able to just get the scholarship. So, but the most important thing is just having the background knowledge of the program that you are applying for. And the Erasmus program is not really hard to get if you are qualified, because the most
Okay.
important thing is just your degree. And for most of the course, the minimum you can have is 2-1, like second class upper division actually. Because I think with that you can stand the chance of competing with a lot of people, because a lot of people are trooping in for the program, and it's highly competitive. And as a matter of fact, the rate of acceptance all over the world is 10% from each, like from each of the countries. So, just imagine if about 300 people apply from Nigeria, 300 people apply from Ghana, 300 people apply from Cameroon. They have to calculate it based on 10% of each
Yes,
country.
yes.
So you have, yeah, yeah. So you have to just be prepared. And I think the maximum they even give by each country is, I think, 3 to 4 scholars. So they give about three to four, about just 3 to 4 scholars. So you just have to just make sure that you go through their requirement and make sure that you are fully qualified, because it is highly competitive too, but it is very, very simple to just get.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, let me quickly go to Mr. Majid. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm
You've
with
been
you.
quiet. Is the weather affecting you too? Are you very cold there?
No. I'm trying to adapt to -16. So what do you have for me? I'm
Now,
listening.
tailoring previous studies to new programs. How do you think one can
Yeah.
craft a strong application when you're trying to tailor your previous studies for new programs? Can you shed light on that?
Okay. So as I've said, I studied electrical electronics engineering when I was in a polytechnic, and when I've been to the university, I had to look into physics electronics because of aside from the fact that engineering is kind of very competitive. I I noticed that it's always good to be vast in sciences. So I think to answer your question, the first thing one has to do is that there is always this mentality that okay, if I'm studying engineering in bachelor's, then I cannot do something else in the master's. Well, there is always some kind of preference for someone that has a background knowledge in the bachelor's. Yeah, we cannot kind of forget about that. But then the first thing is for us to, okay, fine, I want to change my course. I'm doing physics electronics, for instance, in the bachelor. I did physics electronics in the bachelor's, and now I want to do something like electrical engineering, or I even want to do project management, if it's possible. How is this possible? The first thing is to go to the school that you want to enroll in and try to make your own research. Try to understand the requirements, the curriculum, and the kind of research that they are into. Once you're are able to ascertain that, then you can tailor that to what you've studied in school. When I was applying for photonics, it's the first thing I did was to understand the courses in between, the relationship that they have. This was made possible
Mm-hmm.
checking my transcript to what they have in the school, to the school curriculum. And once I was able to ascertain that, I was able to tailor that into my statement of purpose. And then another
Yeah.
thing that we need to consider is our experience. You need to have experience. Fine, after school, you're able to get admission as soon as possible, and you are thinking of crossing field. I will advise start gathering working experience. That will definitely give you an edge. Another thing is for you to self-enroll into. You want to go into data analysis or possibly maybe mathematics. You need to go into courses, platforms like Coursera to apply. Make sure you have hands-on experience in the course you're looking into. And I think this will make it possible and easier for you to tailor your statement. It boils down to your transcript, your statement of purpose, and how you're able to prove to them that you really are
All right. Thank
how
you
to get
so
into project
much.
management, what experience you are, and all. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Mrs. or Miss Eugenia, can you tell us about the common mistakes people make very briefly? Common mistakes that we make when we are making applications. What are the common mistakes that they should avoid as they are making this application? Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I think she's the right person to answer these questions because
Can you hear
she
me, please?
she had a lot of experience in scholarship application from
Yeah.
different countries, and she has made a lot of mistakes. So this question is, yeah, it's really good.
Please, please don't flatter me. For me, I would say one of the common mistakes people make is one, not labeling your documents properly.
Hmm.
It's very simple,
Hmm.
but it's
Labeling
heavy.
document. Okay.
Yeah, when you don't label your documents properly, it's a very big problem. For example, your degree, you just put number, and ABC and just fix it there for them. It doesn't work that way. A pattern should be your name underscore your surname underscore the name of the document. That should be a common pattern. Okay, so that is number one. And number two is not knowing what is required of you, because different applications, different requirements, different countries, different requirements. You get what I'm saying? So you should know if this application
Yeah.
requires a recommendation letter or not. So if it requires a recommendation letter, you can't write it by yourself. You should seek for one of your lecturers in school. Let them use their educational uh, email to send the recommendation
Email.
letter. Yes, that is very,
Yeah.
very important. They don't have to use their normal email. It's the email from the school, their institutional email that they are supposed to use. Another mistake people do is submitting fake documents. Like you don't have a statement of purpose. You go and copy direct from the internet, change your name and put it there.
Hmm.
If everybody does like that, the computer is going to be marking the same thing. So this is one of the mistakes. So
Thank you
you
so much. Thank you so much. In fact, labeling. Yeah. You want to add something? Yes. Go ahead.
no, it's okay, it's okay.
Oh,
Yes, I
thank
wanted
you.
to add
Yes.
something for Finland.
Yes. I was coming to you. So just add something. Then you just talk about other documents that are necessary for this study info joint admission of Finland. Yeah.
Okay. As somebody who is preparing to come here to Finland, these are the documents you are going to need. They are very important. First, you are going to need your transcript, your BSc transcript if you are going for masters. Then your YIT if you are going for BSc. the international passport, your BSc certificate if you are going for masters. Then for courses that require you to have IELTS, you have to do IELTS. But thanks to God, most schools in Finland are no longer requesting for IELTS from Nigerians. All you need to do is go to your school and get it. Yeah, get a certificate from your school or your department confirming that all the courses you did were all done completely entirely in English. Then you need motivation letter. Motivation letter, very important. That's where you say yourself. But some program now in Finland, they ask you to send 2 minutes video, no longer writing. So it means in that short video, you have to they will give you answer to some questions to answer in that video. Make sure you answer those questions in that video. Then some program will require academic CV. Academic CV is different from your regular CV you use for work. So you have to design it academically, containing your research that you have done, your research interest, your work experience as well, your voluntary community service that you have done, voluntary jobs you have done, yeah, those kind of things, your award that you have won before. So one thing I wanted to add to what she said was when you are applying to Finland and you want scholarship, during the application, you are going to see 2 boxes. In those 2 boxes, they will ask you, it's very simple, but if you don't do it, they won't consider you for scholarship because there is no separate application for scholarship. In those 2 boxes, you will see, I'm an international student liable to pay tuition fee. Tick this box for scholarship. Then you see another box. I'm an international student liable to pay tuition fee. Click this box for tuition waiver. It is very simple. But if you don't click those 2 boxes, nobody will consider you for scholarship, even if you have a class. It's simple. So you have to be careful. When you see those boxes, you have to tick those 2 boxes. Those are some of the mistakes people make. Because you don't have the opportunity to apply for scholarship separately. That's where you apply.
Yeah,
so they will not look at your performance, your CGPA, your motivation letter or video. If you answer the questions they ask you to answer correctly, then make sure that the program you are applying to, they are related to what you did before. Let me quickly check this in. If you study education, for instance, in Nigeria, like me, I did nutrition in education, know that the virtue that you are a teacher, that you went to education system in Nigeria and you did teaching practice, you are meant to teach. So it doesn't really matter the kind of education that you read before. It could be chemistry education, it could be biology education, it could be home economics education. You are eligible to apply to any educational courses in faculty of education because you're already a teacher. Yes. So it doesn't mean that you did the biology education that you must apply to biology education here in Finland. I did nutrition education. Now I'm doing pedagogy and teaching for sustainability because it's an educational course and I'm still trained to be a teacher. You just continue from where you stop.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I just want to say more about the personal statement that you mentioned. Mr. Lawal will address some of the questions here. Mr. Lawal, again, you have been quiet for a long time. You talk about the interview process. People, after this admission, the next process that will come up, but we'll take some questions. Now, more on personal statements. Eugenia was saying in the other time, please do not go online to download personal statements and do not use AI. The worst you can do, or let me say the best you can do with AI, is to let AI assess your personal statement and just provide insight. Let AI check your CV and try and see, okay, the application requirements and your CV to provide insight on what you need to develop, not your AI writing it for you completely and you copying it and pasting it. Don't do that. And especially for teachers now, I am a teacher. I was teaching in Nigeria before coming here. So I would just want to say there are a lot of things you do in classroom that you think is not actually significant. They can actually help your application. For instance, you have trained some students for some scholarships, for some award, spelling bee, or they participated in one NGO, sustainable SDG quiz or debate competition, and you think that is not important in your statement of purpose. It's very important. You can always use that to support your application. These are things you have done. Okay, how you are able to go even beyond your designation. Your job requirement to attempt to different need individually. That's like inclusive learning in your classroom. There are a lot of contemporary terms that you will see when you open the website. You see different programs in contemporary terms: digital humanity, inclusive learning, this and this. And please check every program. There are usually keywords in those programs. What I do most of the times, I will harvest the keywords, and I'm building what experience do I have related to this keyword? What experience do I have related to this keyword? These are the things that will form your personal statement. Even if you want to have someone write it for you, still take time to share personal experiences that has helped you over the years to develop. And it's not always all good experiences. You have also made mistakes before. Did you make a mistake in a particular time? Did you get a very low degree? Someone was talking about tutu. Can I apply? You can apply. Okay. Why? What do you think happened? Oh, maybe it was in a very large classroom. I discovered that because our university in Nigeria is always very, so many people most of the time. So I don't always get the time to really learn. But then coming here, I believe that we'll have enough time. There are a lot of, you can always build beautiful stories from every experience that you tailor in line with your personal statement. So it's kind of very easy, and you tend to reflect it on your personal, lifestyle when you are talking. I'm talking too much. Let me just go straight to addressing the question, so that we don't turn this to more of expectation. Let's take some questions. Yes, Mr. Lawal, I think you were showing one question before this one.
Okay.
You displayed one question before bringing up this one. I'm looking for it in the chat box and I can't see it. So it says, if you again,
No. I think that's
Olua is
this.
everywhere. Let's just add. Okay,
I think we've checked
we
this.
have addressed this one. Yeah, we have not done this one. How can you respond to the scholarship question? Is geography your first choice at the University of Helsinki? Explain why. Assuming geography is your second choice. Okay, you chose geography as your second choice. Could you explain why? How can you? Okay, I understand now. So that means you are applying for two admission in that university. It can even be one, and they're asking you this question. So who wants to answer this question? Yes, Mr. Lawal. Uh, is geography your first choice at the University of
I think
Helsinki?
Mr. Mujib should answer that question because he's in the science field.
Okay, yeah.
Geography is actually social science. But okay, let me get this question. Yeah, can someone summarize this for me? I'm really having problem with English.
Okay.
I really
What the person
understand
is saying
it.
is that the person has chosen. I think this person has chosen geography as second choice. But the university is asking this
Okay.
question: is geography your first choice
Okay.
in this university? Why is it your first choice? So this person has chosen a second choice. So if you are choosing a second choice, explain why it's not your first choice. So which one do you prefer? Just like preference.
Yeah, if your geography is the second choice, and the school is asking you why it should not be the first choice. I think everything boils down
Mhm.
to the first thing, what you think, your goals, your aim, what you really want to achieve from whatever study you want to go
You want-
into. Um, like I said, when I studied physics and electronics, the first thing I try to understand is what I really want, what's my aim of going to the studies. So once you're able to identify your aim and you have what you have in the transcript and you have the experience, I think process like this shouldn't be a problem to you. So I don't know if you answered that correctly.
All right. Thank you. I don't want us to dwell so long on any question. There's one I'm reading here, Mr. Lawal. Just maybe in 1 minute, can you just mention some things related to vocational school? The person says, shed more light on vocational school and requirements. What are the major requirements for vocational schools in Finland?
Okay, for vocational schools, there are international programs meant for internationals, like those that are not from Finland, and there are
Mm,
programs that are meant for those that are living in Finland already or that speaks Finnish. So you have to be very careful when selecting vocational programs. So because there are programs meant for those that are not Finnish or that are not living in Finland. So these are the programs you can apply for if you are living outside of Finland. Then in terms of the requirements, you need your Duolingo test, majorly Duolingo test, which is a minimum of is it 85 points?
Yeah.
Points exactly. And then you'll be sometimes you will be required to take an exam, or maybe they would ask you to do something, or to, it's a vocational thing, so they could ask you to design something and upload or something. So you just have to still read through the requirements of the programs you want to apply for. Basically, your secondary school certificates and your Duolingo tests will be okay to apply to vocational schools in Finland. And also, if you
Thank
have
you so much.
OND, you can just go for vocational schools, or you go for a bachelor program, because OND is not yet recognized. We pray by next next year they recognize it and people can use their OND and HND to apply. Yeah.
Yeah, I would still advise that people take time to check these schools out. On these schools, they have website, and one thing I can say for sure is that most universities in Finland, their website tend to be very user friendly. You see the information right there at once, and they usually list them out. Okay, they really want you to come. These scholarships are available for you. They want you to come and study, so you can always try and take your time to just. I know it takes a lot of time, but then you can always try. Yeah, the next one says, can a 2.2 CGPA student secure the scholarship? As it looks like first class or second class toppers can achieve that. Advice on this. It is all about the competition actually, and I think I have someone who has tutu and is in the program here. So it depends on what you have been doing over the years. But unless I'm coming to you, yes, it depends on what else you have done. Do you have other related experience to what you want to apply? And it depends on how you package your story. It comes down to your personal statement. In fact, if you check the studyinfo.com, the breakdown of how these things are calculated is usually somewhere there. Yeah, you can see how your application will be graded. You would know eventually, even when you finally get your admission, by God's grace, everybody here, when you finally get your admission, you would know the point you are, the highest point. Maybe somebody in your course had 50, I think it's over 50, 40, and maybe yours is 25. You would know, and you will know the lowest too. Someone that had the lowest, then you know your own as well. So you know the kind of persons you are with in the classroom. Yes, Mr. Nelson, you wanted to add to it.
Yeah, if you are using 2-1, your certificate is your grade is 2-1. Make sure you look at the requirement very well. Most of the schools,
Two. You
when
said
they say
two.
okay, 2-2,
Two.
when they say when they say 2-2, they also specify the CGPA. For example, some school will tell you it should be 3.0 out of 5.
Yeah.
3.0 out of 5. Look at those things. If you did not meet that range, 2.8, 2.9 is also 2.2, but 3.0 is also 2.2. But once they say it has to be 2.0 over 5, and you did not meet that, I will advise that you do not apply. But if there is no specific grade that was specified there, like they can just say if you have second class lower, you can apply. Then your motivation letter has to be exceptionally good. That's where you say yourself. There is a way you will write your motivation letter. They will consider you before someone who has second class offer.
Yes.
So make sure it's very good, and make sure you apply to a course that is related to what you did in your BS. You can still get scholarship.
If you apply, thank you so much. If you apply for scholarship, can you be denied of scholarship but still be given admission?
Yes, yes. If your scores are very good, maybe people who have the full one that they need for it, there are many. They can still give you admission without scholarship if your motivation letter is very good and you apply to your course that is related to your BSc and your previous experience also match. Yes, there's someone like I know someone who got admission with 2-2.
I think that they still get 50% scholarship too. They still get it. So there are
Yes,
different categories. There is 50% tuition, there is 80%, and there is 100%. So even if you don't get 100% scholarship, I mean, in fact, I think there are four categories now. 100% with grants, 100% scholarship, 100 tuition scholarship. Then you have 80%, then 50%. There's 50% as well. So I mean, there are a lot of options. Just try. I just want to plead. Yes, Eugenia, you wanted to say something? Yeah.
And there's something that Finland does. If you pay your school fees early, you get a discount, which is almost like half of the school fees. So even if you don't get any scholarship at all and you have money to pay it within that time frame, you'll get a discount.
Wow.
Yeah, early bird.
Interesting.
Yes. Mm.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good evening. I came across, I think that's came across this information about application fee on the group where it can be used for at least 5 universities. Please explain further. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think, yes. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Now, this is the same thing we talked about at the beginning. It talked about the joint application where you can apply to up to 6 courses or in 6 different universities. So that €100 or the application fee, if you pay it once, you can apply to you can make your joint application fully. You don't have to pay €100 per school or per application. Once you pay for that one application, you can apply to 6 different schools, 6 different courses with that €100.
Thank you. So 6 different universities, not even 5. So please take note. And it's just 100
So
euro. And the 100 euro has just been introduced this application year, just this year. Yes, Mr. Lawal, what other things should they get ready for after this order? What next? And how do they prepare for that? Because I am speaking by faith
Hmm.
that a lot of them joining this will apply these
Yeah.
principles and get their scholarship. Yeah.
So I think after the you mean after the application, right?
Yes, after the admission, what next? And how do they prepare for that?
Okay, so after the admission application, you should go back and pray and then relax and wait for the admission to come up.
I like
Yeah,
that. Very important to pray. Oh.
pray and
I
relax
love
and also always check your email. I remember then I check my email every day, every minute. So check your email, check your junk file, check your spam folder. These are places where admission admission related mails could enter. So try as much as possible to be active via email. Sometimes some university could send you a mail to send something like maybe they need you to quickly send something and they give you
Yes.
like 3 days deadline. So that's why you have to like be very be be very active on your with your email. Then before the admission, some university also call for interview, which is something which I think we're going to talk about. I don't know if that question covers it, or I should just
Yeah, it covers it. Please go ahead. Talk about it.
yeah.
Talk
So
about it.
for the interview, some programs require you to join an interview, and you have to prepare technically and also uh, mentally. You understand? So when it comes to the technical part of it, try as much as possible to set up your camera, to set up your internet, and make sure that you are in a quiet place, like no background noise, no baby crying, no buses going around and all like that.
Yeah.
So be very professional, dress well. You can dress like Mr. Nelson or yeah, dress well. Just
Not
dress with
not this one. Oh, the other Mr. Nelson.
Mr. Nelson Ebele, the one putting on white. Yeah, so dress well. So one thing about dressing is that it makes you feel comfortable. When you are not
Yeah.
dressed well, you feel uncomfortable sometimes, and also be free. And these people, they are very friendly. The interviewers are very friendly. Be open and be calm. You understand? So then you should join on time. These people are time conscious. We don't joke with time. No African
Yeah.
time. So if the time is 3 p.m. If they tell you the time is 12 p.m. in Finland, then in Nigeria it is not 12 p.m. So you have to check the time difference before joining. Then you should also consider your internet, consider your academic. When you are joining, remember to brainstorm your previous academic
Yeah.
experience, what you studied in your bachelor's, because some people can't even remember their project title anymore. So, so in your interview, you have to, before the interview date, try to remember what you did in your project, the outcome of the project, because they will ask you your research experience. This is master's program. You should also try to remember your research plan. They could ask you, what is your plan during your research plan? Try to have something to do in terms of your research. The background, where is the background? Okay, so, and you should read more about the program before you attend the interview as well. It's very, very important because some programs might not be directly related to your previous degree. For example, if you study religious education in your bachelor's and you are studying social exclusion in your master's, they are related because they are in the field of social sciences, but the topics are different. So you have to read more about the program on the program website, try to understand it and know what they expect from you. And at the same time, you should be able to relate it with your previous studies and professional experience. Yeah. So also, you should be calm. Don't be nervous. Just be calm. Sit properly and look at the camera. Smile all the time. And if they don't ask you a question, you don't need to answer such questions. Try to answer questions they ask you, and don't talk too much. And smile and explain yourself clearly well. So I think these are the things you should prepare when you are joining the interview part. And it's a good news that they call you for interview. It means that you have reached a stage of being admitted. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll just say one or two things about the issue of time and how friendly the interviewer are. I'll just share it from my personal experience. I worked in the school, like I said earlier, in Nigeria. So that day of my interview, I asked a friend to stand in for me. So I had to get somewhere quiet just to be there. So I was well dressed. Of course, we wear tie in my school. It's not. It's different from what you see here in Finland. So we wear tie in my school. So I was just there, and what actually happened that day was that my laptop was malfunctioning. I had tested everything before the interview. I wouldn't know because I was tense or something. And interviewer just kept asking me. They wanted me to type just a brief introduction about my research interest. I should say something about my research interest. I will carry out the research. I should just type that on the chat box. So I was trying to type, and my laptop was, not responding. So it took up to 2 or 3 minutes. Then person asked me, "Am I having any challenge?" I said yes. I can't type at the moment. He said, okay, can you just say it with your mouth? I went ahead. I had to present it orally. Okay, so at that point, I already lost hope that this thing will not. It's come out. But eventually, so they can be very friendly. Just let them know if you have any issue. Just let them know. So we'll get there. We'll get there. Let's take some more questions, please. Let's take some more questions. And I'm sure we have so much to say. This person is asking, how do you combine working and studying in Finland to sustain yourself during your stay there? Who wants to go first?
About it.
Yeah, please.
Working and sustaining yourself in Finland, it has to do with time management. I know it's going to be difficult because this is something we don't do where we come from Africa. We do everything as the spirit leads, but you can't do that here. You have to plan yourself when you wake up to prepare for your shifts, when you have time to study, to write assignments. If you don't plan yourself, you will lose out both on studies and the work. So that is just it. Plan yourself, time yourself. You don't do anything anyhow. You just have to plan yourself ahead. That is it.
Thank you. And if you're not interested in academic rigor, please do not apply for Finland scholarship. If you don't want academic rigor, I don't know. I don't know because the studies here tend to be very strenuous, very strenuous. There are a lot of materials to read here and there. Of course, just like every other scholarship, but I know there's. I don't want to mention the country now, but there are countries where you can still have your way around it. But here, and for every assignment you turn in, it must go through plagiarism check and AI AI attestation. So please be sure that you really have interest in academics, and so that when you get the scholarship, it doesn't become frustrating because the excitement will fade away after you have the scholarship and you're on board. It's your motivation that will keep you going. the excitement will fade away. Some motivation when you are locked up in your room and the outside is too cold, you can't go outside. I am talking about assignment to turning. It's motivation that will keep you going, honestly. It's motivation because again, it's a lot of things to talk about coping.
And
Coping,
that's why they always request for motivation letter, because if you are not motivated, for you to write a motivation letter, you must be
I can
motivated.
work under pressure.
And that's true. Everybody can work under pressure until you get there. You will know that
How to get there?
pressure is really, really tough. Until you get there, you will say, I can multitask, I can do this, I can do that. But when you get there, you know that no, this is not.
It doesn't work
Honestly,
like
it
That
that.
what you
is.
get. So
Yeah.
congratulations in advance, guys. We are not trying to, scare you. Of course, you can't be scared. If you can survive in Nigeria or in Ghana, you can survive anywhere in the world. I can tell you that categorically. Especially if you can survive in Nigeria, forget you can survive anywhere in the world. All right, moving on. Yeah, please, Ade Toyoshi from Nigeria. Thank you. Is it possible for someone that BSc conversion apply for master in Finland? What is BSc conversion? What do you mean by that?
The question is not complete. Probably
The
there's a
company is
Yeah, no, I
missing.
think the the conversion is for those that have HND.
Okay.
They got they have to go to the university, spend another 2 years or so. Yeah, 2 3 years. Then they convert the HND to BSc.
All
And
right.
it's just like direct entry. Yeah, direct entry for guys that want to do polytechnic, they do direct
I
entry
think
to the university.
I think if they have a transcript that shows 3 years of study from that
Yeah,
university, they
yeah.
convert from at least 3 years of study from that university. But I don't know if the conversion is certificate based only or with transcript. They could give you a certificate that you studied in Obafemi Awolowo University, but where is the
Yeah.
transcript that shows that you studied for 3 years? That's exactly what Finland would ask. 3 to 4
Yeah.
years. But if they give it, then I think the person can try.
Yeah. If I may just add this, Mr. Lawa was talking about document the other time, and Mr. Nelson too mentioned it. Please, guys, as you have applied for this, please ensure that you have all the soft copies of your document credentials on your phone. On your phone, like Mr. Lawa said, a university can just reach out to you that they need some documents. Just make sure that they're on your drive, and you can just access them anywhere you are. I remember a particular university reached out to me that I should just send my student copy of my transcript. Okay. So I had to upload that separately as an additional document. So I think I had traveled that time and I was not with my laptop. But thank God I had my documents on my Google Drive. Please save your document as you get any certificate, just create a Google Drive and just know that in fact when you get here, you will adjust almost immediately. Good evening. I came across the information about it. We have addressed this one,
We
Mr.
have
Lawal.
addressed this already, yeah.
Okay, let's go. I'm checking here.
How many
My case is
hours are you?
different. I pursued an
Yeah.
associate. Okay, somebody says my case is
With
different a bit. I pursued an associate degree in physiotherapy and I would like to apply to a bachelor's top up program in physiotherapy. How can I go about it? So it's the same process. Just look for a bachelor's degree program that is in line with what you want to study on the studyinfo.fi. I will still type it again in the comment section if you don't know that. Just check, take your time. It could be time consuming, but it's worth it, please. Check the university, check the courses, check the requirements. If it's possible, check some faculty there, I mean, some lecturers there, and the kind of research they do, okay? So that you can, mail them. They respond to email. That's one interesting thing about it. They respond to email and, except on holidays, they don't respond to email. They don't joke with their holidays here. Nobody responds to your email on holidays. Yeah. I'm Fawaz from the University of Ilorin. Yeah, Mr. Lawal, your people are here. My question is that can a 300 level or final year student start applying for a scholarship? And is there a chance to get a fully funded scholarship? The answer is no. The answer is no because, the answer is no. because one, for time for 300 level, you have not completed. I'm not sure you can get your transcript, and the scholarship is only opened. I mean, the application process is only open for 3 weeks. But if you have all your documents with you already, you can turn them in and try. There's no harm in trying, and you have 300 euro, of course, for that. So you can get that if you have all your documents ready, and there is a required amount of credits too. When you're checking the requirement, it will be stated there the required amount of credit you should have. Okay, your BSc, your initial degree. So if you have up to that amount of credits, you can apply. If it's not up to that credit, please just don't bother applying. Yes, you wanted to say something.
Can I say something?
I also want to say something.
Okay.
Okay,
For
okay, go ahead, Eugenia.
Okay, I said for this, it is really, really possible if you are in your final year to apply. You get,
Okay,
but not for scholarship. You can apply for admission in your final year because they give you a deadline that if you can get after the application closes, if you can get your transcript and certificate by so time. Like now that it's in January, they give until June or something like that before if you don't submit it by June, which means it is invalid. So if you know that your certificate will be out by that
okay.
stipulation, you can apply without graduating. You get?
If your certificate will be out, okay.
Yes. If you take the deadline that they give, they will tell you apply. There are two options. Apply if you have your transcript ready. Apply if it will be ready by a stipulated time. So if you know you're in your final year, it's not yet with you, and you know that it will come out before that time that is stipulated there, you can apply. Yes, and they still give admission. I know someone that
Okay.
applied. We were in our final year. She applied, and our results came out in 2 months after we wrote our final exams. Like she applied in November. We wrote our final exams in December. Our results came out January. So she was able to supplement her admission before the deadline and she got the admission.
Yeah,
So
I know
even
some as well
Oh,
that's
great.
someone as well that's yeah.
Mm,
I know someone as well that joined in the final year. But the person already was in 400 level, and the result
mm.
for 100 level,
Okay.
200 level, 300 level are
Yes,
available.
yes,
So
you upload those ones. The ones that you upload.
yeah, even if the transcript is not available, but the statement of results for 100 level, 200 level, 300 level, three of these
Yeah,
are available. You can give it a try. Then,
upload.
by the stipulated deadline that she mentioned again, then you can send your transcripts in
Yeah.
full. Most of the
Yes.
university will tell you to send it to them.
Okay. Mr. Igbele, you wanted to say something?
And okay,
Yeah, yeah.
sorry.
That's
Okay.
okay. Go on, go on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
next question, please.
So I wanted to. Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just add to it.
All right. All right. So I wanted to add to what that Mr. Fawaz from University of Lorraine asked. So it was
Okay.
like 300 level of final year students. Actually, there are some programs that they will tell you that if that you can still apply. Yeah, there are some programs, but the most important thing is just reading the requirements. And some will tell you that you need to have some specific amount of units before you can apply. But I will not really want that person, that Mr. Fawasa, I will not really want that person to be like, to be weighed down or be discouraged. No. And even if 300 level, I think it's time to just start applying for schools. Just you also need to just, just if you can actually send out those applications. Because I can remember when I started this journey of applying for schools, when I was in 400 level in the school then. So, and over the years, I was able to gain those experiences because I had no mentor then. So, so that was exactly what happened actually. So I will not really want that for us to be discouraged. No matter what happens, just keep on up and you just be,
Yeah, that's a very nice one as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can see
It
Eugenia is
starts
already
now.
stretching her neck. Sorry, we have kept you here for quite a long time. We
Yes.
apologize. We were supposed to keep you for an hour.
Mm.
We started late and now it's getting interesting because of the questions. And I hope that somebody will get value from this. Uh, okay, yes, next question. I want to ask, what's the level of job availability for students in Finland? Hmm. Okay, yes, Mr. Mujib, you have been quiet for a while. Can you answer this question? I've been very quiet for the while. Are you sure it's not the weather?
Yeah. Actually, I've been okay. You've asked me three questions, which I've answered. So, pertaining to this question, the first thing I would say is that in Finland, you have the opportunity to work, I think, 25 to 30 weeks. And if you are can work, and that puts you in the position to kind of look for a job to sustain yourself. And as a student, it's kind of relative. No, there are always chances out there. There are always chances, as I must say. But then you have to, put yourself in good positions, by learning Finnish, by, gathering experience, then being hopeful. So I think there is a chance for you to get the job as a student in Finland.
I think the issue of job availability or unavailability, it's not only peculiar to Finland. I try to ask people even in the UK, so the challenges tend to be there. But some people will tell you there are jobs, some will say there are no jobs. But I just try to be positive. Okay, there are people here, there are Nigerians here, there are Africans here, and they are surviving. So if they can, you can too. Okay. So, next
So
question, Mr.
regarding the
Lawal,
job,
just
okay.
maybe just make it faster. Yes, you wanted to add to it. Please go ahead and add to it.
Yeah, so I was like, regarding the job availability, I think that question is actually a very, very good one. Because, being in the UK now, jobs are actually everywhere. But there are some jobs that if they offer you those jobs, can you actually do the jobs? You understand?
Hmm.
If they give you those jobs, can you do it?
Yeah.
So, you just have
Hmm.
to so the person that should just be like, the advice that I would just give is just that before you come, try all your possible best to have a skill that you can just leverage on to make money. Just have a skill. Yeah.
As backup, very
It's
important.
just so yeah. Just have a skill as backup. Like take for instance now, like in the UK, if you can barb or if it's air, man, you are in money already. To carve hair in the UK, at least like just to shape your hair as a guy, you be spending like £20 to carve your hair. And £20 is like about 40k in naira. And if you are a lady, if you
Hmm.
can make all back that cornrows, yeah, cornrows all back, £40, like just all back, that would do
Uh,
500 naira in Nigeria.
is that
You
why you're wearing
understand?
face cap,
So
sir? Is that
things
why
like that.
you're wearing face cap?
Uh, not really like I'm actually come on. So, but the most important thing is just the most important thing is just have a skill for backup.
Yeah.
Don't think that when
Hmm.
you get there, you get job and you do because if you get here, you just get so frustrated and it's really, really, it's like it's so depressing. You will not really want to actually feel that. So thank you.
Thank you so much. We are rounding off. Let's just take three more questions, then Mr. Lawal will just give us a closing remark, then we call it a day from there. In Nigerian medical schools, CGPA is not used, okay? I have my undergraduate degree in medicine and surgery. Can I get accepted into MC MSc neuroscience? The answer is yes, right?
Mhm.
The answer is yes.
For
What?
me, medicine and surgery. For me, when I was applying to University of Helsinki, this course was one of a major bone of contentment. Then last year, there were a lot of work videos done from the students in the department. Neuroscience is not like other courses in medicine and surgery. I think they are specific that you will have neuroscience or a skill in neuroscience or a certificate in neuroscience in your BS before you go to MS. If it was degree, it's different. But MS in neuroscience, I can remember the videos, the interview they did then. You have to have a degree in neuroscience before you get um, master's in neuroscience. Master's degree, bachelor's degree in medicine and surgery is not enough.
Can I say something?
So
Yes, please
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, I think I know someone that studied something related to medicine and is currently studying neuroscience. Well, it's not actually medicine like that, but it's in the field of health and is currently studying neuroscience. And even this person told me that somebody who studied psychology in the
Eh,
university is also in that same department studying neuroscience.
Wait,
Yeah,
is it in Finland here?
University of Turku.
Okay. Meanwhile, I was talking about my experience in University of Helsinki. I don't know
Yeah,
about other.
that would boil down back to what Mr. Nelson said, that your motivation is very, very important. Your
Hmm.
motivation is very, very important. Like and your previous experience as well, maybe. So we can't 100% tell you what program you can apply for. We are students, but the best way to get the right information is to communicate with the school as well. Do you understand? So I'm talking
Yeah.
to the person actually, not you. I'm talking to the person. So don't let us be too. We should try to be open so that we won't. They
Yeah.
won't. I heard it from Eugenia, and Eugenia said we can't. You understand that? So try
Yeah.
to communicate with the school exactly, because I saw someone who did psychology and currently studying neuroscience. Psychology, not even related
Yeah.
to medicine. So
All right. Maybe we'll just put up this disclaimer. We are
mhm.
not a admission panel or admission experts.
Sadly,
We are only giving sharing our experience from from our
student
personal experience
perspective.
anyway, having been through the process and sailed through by the grace of God. So of course we are not saying we are the most qualified, and of course these are scholarship available for students, international students. So if you can get it, you can get it as well. Yes, Mr. Mojib, you wanted to add to it.
yeah, I just want to add to chip in something. I think this question has been answered. We said your bachelor courses is just a phase of your grading system. It's just
Okay.
possibly a 10% or 5% of your
Yeah,
grading system. So everything still
Yeah.
boils down to your motivation letters, your grades. Yeah, definitely they will look at your transcripts and the courses that are related to it. So I think that's all. The person should have a chance. Yeah.
and I would still advise the habit of that we cultivate the habit of reading. I mean, when I say reading now, paying attention to certain details. I'm the kind of person that initially too, I don't usually read terms and conditions of certain things. I just click. But these days in this Finland, I read the terms and conditions before
when the
terms
when
and
the bank
conditions. No,
when bank gives you terms and conditions that is up to this level, you
I
will
read
not
it. So I took my time. I read. If
in
no one
finish.
maybe your DM, I'll come and share my experience. I'll tell you very even experience because I did terms and conditions. So please, for this admission process, it's one culture you are going to need. Please
Mhm.
read the requirement of the program, and if someone is applying for you, know what you are putting yourself into. Be actively involved. Be actively involved. Fine, you have paid the person is doing it for you, the application for you. But please, I plead with you, know the relevance of that thing. Again, the excitement will fade off is the motivation that will keep you going in this course and in this country. So it takes 2 weeks to get my transcript, but I have my certificate and notification of results. Is it okay to apply? Yes, it's okay. And I think you have a student copy of your transcript as well. So you can always upload that. In fact, some universities here will not even ask you for your transcript until you have been offered admission. That's what they tell you to send your, and that's one of the beauty of this joint scholarship. They don't disturb you. Some courses will not even disturb you for recommendation. I think I did not submit any recommendation letter from anybody. All right, I didn't get to go to my university to get recommendation letter from my lecturer. I just had to turn it in like that. So some courses will not ask you for recommendation letter, and your original transcript might not be submitted until you have been offered admission. Okay, please, I need help on how to prepare a study plan using the study modules. I have checked out the course modules with credit, but how do I go about in what? I don't understand. Study plan at what? What does this mean? Is the person the lecturer or what is study plan like? I don't know. I don't get it.
Some
Is it
master's program requires study plan, but that study plan is, even to me, it's not, though it's not something formal, but it's something like to show that you have a plan on maybe first year. These are the things you want to do. Second year, you're going to do these courses and also take this, do your master's thesis. You just want to see a draft of what you intend to do. But has anyone done study plan before?
I didn't do anything like that. If you need more information, let me just quickly say that we don't have time to say that. Mr. Lawa has some WhatsApp platform and is very active. He responds to question. You can always join. I think the link is in the bio. This is say so you can just click on it and join the WhatsApp platform.
Yeah,
There are valuable information there. I can testify to that. And you won't find it as a waste of time or just what kind of WhatsApp platform you just join. If
yeah,
he
because
doesn't
of
know, he can only talk to
you should
any
join
one
on
of us.
WhatsApp,
Yeah.
then we can continue
So
from
you can
there.
always drop as many questions as possible. I wouldn't want to keep all of these scholars, and people have a lot of assignment and they have sacrificed a lot of things to be here with us. And on that note, I want us to just give our final remarks. I personally am happy to be here. I wish you guys all the best in your academic and career pursuits. Again, please do well to read every detail, and if you have someone guiding you, be actively involved in your motivation letter. Finally, check the courses and be sure pick out some keywords and let these keywords appear in your personal statement. I wish you all the best. See you in Finland, Swami. Yes, Mr.
Big
Nelson, your final remarks.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And I'm wishing all of you the best of luck. Make sure you remember this common mistake that people make that we have certified out now, and make sure your application follows the requirements and write a good motivation letter. Apply to a program that is related to what you studied before. You have more chance of getting admission. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you can also reach out to Mr. Nelson Billy. He's an expert in crafting academic CV and motivation letter. Of course, you can always reach out to him. You can reach out to Mr. Lawal. I don't know. Is it possible for us to type our contact on the WhatsApp platform so that we can just do that? Yes, Mr. Lawal.
Yeah, I wanted to say that to connect with any of the scholars, we're going to like share the LinkedIn account, which is the best way to
Okay,
communicate
good.
with scholars.
Okay.
So we could on Study Mentor LinkedIn. So there will be like a kind of spotlight of everyone here and the
Okay.
information about. So if you're interested in connecting with any one of us, you can reach out directly. Because if I recommend that you drop your email, my brother, your email will be filled up before tomorrow. So
No, please.
the best way is to use the LinkedIn. But if you want to drop your email, then I think that you can always tell them your email or maybe your WhatsApp. You can tell them your WhatsApp. So they can, yeah. But the LinkedIn is very friendly for topics like this, and
Okay.
I recommend that you yourself should use the LinkedIn to search for opportunities and also to update your profiles as well.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Mr. Mujib, final remarks.
Yeah, I'll just kind of tell everyone that they should firstly is to believe in yourself. You can actually do it. You have 2-2, you have 2-1. Don't be intimidated by first class. Now, there are still other things you can definitely put in place. You have to understand the mistakes we've talked about here. We've talked about how you can position yourself into being admitted. And I wish everyone the very best in all endeavors.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, Eugenia.
Okay, I would like to encourage others. Taking the decision to study abroad is not an easy one. Do not be discouraged. Even if you have applied or you feel I might not get it, don't feel that way. Apply first. Keep trying. Do not stop. Okay? Do not stop. When you stop, then it is finally over. But you have to learn. Even if you fail, you get up, learn. Let that failure be a lesson and improve in your next application. I wish you all the best of luck.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Adele.
All right. I just want to say two things. So the first thing is just you have to believe in yourself. Deciding to take a bold step, studying abroad is not something that you can just say that you want to do. You have to believe that okay, you can do this and you will definitely do it well. Don't be intimidated that you have this, you have that. No, even if three people that have like a first class, if they should apply and you have two, don't be surprised if you are able to get the scholarship.
For them, yeah.
You can just sell yourself to them actually. So don't be discouraged. And the second thing is that you have to try your possible best to send that application. If you don't send that application, you might not really get anything. So send out those applications first. That's what I would just have to say.
Yeah, please send out the application. The application will not become anything in your Google Drive. No. Yes, Mr. Lawal, once again, on behalf of everybody streaming online, I would like to appreciate Mr. Lawal for bringing this to us. I hope that one of these days we would have a coffee talk or a dinner where we can do an appropriate appreciation speech. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, your final remarks.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, scholars. Thank you, Mr. Ayodele, Miss Eugenia, aka Jenny. Thank you, Mr. Mujib. Thank you, Mr. Nelson Daramola, Mr. Nelson Egbele. Thank you so much for honoring this invite. I know, even in my mind, I was like, oh, would you guys be available to attend? But we just have to help other people, because some of us, we watched a particular YouTube video that got us some information that led us to Finland. So maybe from this little short discussion, you might have influenced somebody's life and you don't know until the person comes to Finland and say, oh, I watched you in a video. And so I really appreciate your time and your effort. At the beginning, we had a problem with connection, and I was so confused because the moderator could not join. I was so confused because the moderator and Mr. Nelson took this up. And I want to use this medium to advertise myself and also Mr. Nelson that we are IELTS teachers. We teach IELTS, and we have supported lots of students to get the required band score. So if you still want to take the bachelor's route, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp, and you reach out to Mr. Nelson as well. If you are interested in IELTS, you reach out to any one of us, and then we take you through the journey of securing your dream band score, how to secure it. And at the same time, if you have your OND, HND, and you're still confused on which program to apply for, I would advise or recommend that you should check other countries that accept HND. For example, US accept HND. Try to check other countries that accept HND. The opportunities are unlimited. There are a lot of opportunities out there. Or if you're interested in Finland, then you can try the bachelor's program, which would require you to take the IELTS exam, and you come back and tell us that, okay, you want to take the IELTS, and then we put you through the process. There is also vocational training. You can also take the vocational training, but very, very competitive, very, very competitive. So just try to apply as many as you can. And for those that are currently applying to the program right now, to the joint application, I would still say that what is worth doing is worth doing well. Do every possible best to do the application strongly. Don't copy and paste from ChatGPT, because I noticed University of Helsinki now, they tell you to type your what's it called, your motivation, that there is something going on in the background which you might not know. Immediately you copy it from ChatGPT, then it would raise the flag and automatically you will be disqualified. So do it personally, and yeah, I wish you the very, very best in your application, and hope to see you guys. We all hope to see you guys in Finland in August by the special grace of God. Thank you so much for coming, and I really appreciate. And those that couldn't join, like we have other scholars that tried to join, but because of the connection problem, couldn't accept them. Also, Salama wants to
Okay.
join, couldn't accept her as well. So thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate. Mr. Nelson Egbele, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we are closing the session now. All right. So good night,
Bye.
everybody. Yeah. Bye-bye. Where is this?